Welcome back to Learn Piano Online. Today we're going to be looking at the 2 or 3 best books you can buy to start your sight reading piano journey. Now, sight reading can be very intimidating, especially for those people who have learned, like I have, using jazz. So you don't need to learn any musical theory in order to get jazz, but when you're learning classical music, you need to learn how to read music. So these are 3 books that I would recommend. Actually, I've got some others as well. So the first one that is great for absolute beginners is Progressive Sight Reading Exercises for Piano by Hannah Smith. I'll leave links. There's going to be no affiliate, so I'm not going to make any money out of these recommendations, so don't worry, I'm not recommending them because I'm making any money out of them. And as you can see, it starts from the very beginning. It's so basic to the point. That's how it starts off. And what I did was I just ticked off each number, each exercise I did as I went through them, just to try and get through them. I haven't got through this entire book, but by the end it gets relatively complicated. I mean, still there you're doing hand motions, but by the end you get, what's this? You know, it gets relatively complicated. Anyway, that's the first book I'd recommend. The second book is Microcosms by Bartok. Again, I'll leave a link in the description. Now, he's got loads of books. So, this is number 1, and this is book number 2. So, as you can see, they sort of get a bit more complicated. But in book number 1, what's really interesting about Microcosmos is that they're not in any. Some of them, I mean, these are all in C. But as you get further along, they start becoming in non-sort of traditional Western keys. So in this first book, everything's pretty standard. You get canon pieces, repetition pieces, imitation and inversions. So this is a pretty easy book. So if you're a complete beginner, this book is pretty good to just start with. I recommend that to anyone. But once you get to the second book, he starts writing some pretty funky pieces. Now Bartok actually wrote this to teach his son how to play piano. And so this is book 2. Let me just try and find a good piece that shows this. So you get variations here. They're all pretty simple. I can't find an example right now, but sometimes he... Oh, that's a different sheet music. Sometimes he writes with just an added E sharp, E flat in there somewhere. So you'll be playing. And the last one would be, this is the simplest probably of all of them, Paul Harris' books, Improve Your Sight Reading, which is published by Faber Music. A really good, really beginner. This is the second book. I've got the first one in the corner. This is really good for really basic sight reading, and it goes through things like rhythmic exercises. This is a call and response section. Now, the first book, if you know how to read music, it might be a little bit too simple for you, but the second book at least gets you playing something. So those are 3 books I'd recommend. Again, all the descriptions are going to be down below, and then a little bonus point, the thing I'm working on at the moment, when you progress a bit further, you want to really test yourself, and Chopin is probably a good place to start. Might be Bach. I've got a sort of Bach easy pieces in the corner there, but I've been playing a bit of Chopin at the moment, and it's a step up. So I'd recommend that if you get a bit more advanced, but to start with, just go with those 3 books. So that's pretty much it this week. feel free to leave comments on my sort of haphazard videos. I don't really know what to do next, so let me know and check out our 5-week fundamental course, and I'll see you guys very soon.